John Cox, and this is City Beat Live. Tonight, we're at the 24th Annual Night of 100 Stars. Our correspondent in the field is Kimberly Datnow.
Is it going to... We're leaning over.
Yes.
Tell us who you're rooting for tonight.
Who I'm rooting for, everybody.
Who's your favourite?
No favorites. No favorites. They're all terrific, and I think anybody who wins is going to deserve it. A lot of good pictures this year.
Very cool. And tell us what you're working on at the moment.
I just got off a personal appearance tour doing my one-man show. 42 cities or 38 cities in all in America, and we're off at the end of the month to do about 18 more, and then by May we'll be in New York at the Carlisle.
The Carlisle Theatre in May.
Carlisle Hotel in May.
Carlisle Hotel in May. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Pleasure.
Robert Rashad, and what are you working on at the moment?
Working on a lot of things. I have a new show called Shake My Head. I have a feature film called The Man in 3B from New York Times bestselling author Carl Weber. And I have a Nissan commercial that's running that everyone sees.
That's awesome. And do you drive a Nissan?
I drive an Infiniti, so it's still the same company.
Yeah, it's the same company, Japanese, huh?
That's right.
So what got you into acting? Like, what inspires you?
I was an inner city kid, at-risk youth, in gang life my whole life. And one day I was avoiding a fight and went into a random building, and it was an acting school.
How do you feel about Fruitvale Station hardly being nominated? Didn't Michael B. Jordan do a great job on that?
Michael is outstanding. He's a friend of mine. He's a good friend. And, I think a little bit he might have got gypped right now. There's a whole other political thing that goes on with the way you market a film and whatnot. But he's a fantastic force. He's a good friend of mine. I've worked with him a lot. I did Feast of All Saints and Light It Up with the Forest. And I think they did a little bit got gypped or whatever. But Michael's still getting the exposure that he needs right now, and just gives him more incentive to go back and make a better film.
Exactly. Have you seen that awkward moment?
No, it just came out in January, and I haven't seen it yet, but I want to go check it out. Though.
Yeah, and so who are your, what are you rooting for tonight?
12 Years a Slave will win Best Picture,
yes.
And Matt McConaughey will win Best Male.
You think so? Pretty soon it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's just the countdown right now, right? No, this is one, socially conscious, which is important to have for a Best Picture film, a good ensemble cast. And Matt just did so much hard work on that film that, you can't not award him for that.
And if you had one superpower, we're asking this to a few people, if you had one superpower, what would that be?
The one superpower I would have is the own it superpower. So everywhere you walk in, you say, I own it, and then they treat you like the owner. So you go on a yacht with your friends, like, oh yeah, I own it. And then everyone's like, oh, he's the owner. You go to dinner, and you're like, oh, I own this restaurant. And everyone's like, oh, so that'd be a cool superpower to have.
Oh, the world, I own it. Awesome, well, really nice.
It's much better than flying. I'm like, up there by yourself, it's windy up there, there's a bunch of birds. I don't think it's really a superpower. It's a power, but it's not superpower.
Right, and you don't get the altitude sickness superpower.
Yeah, I think flying and invisible are not really that cool, but the own it one's pretty cool. Because you can share it with your friends,
That's my new favorite superpower. Well, really nice to meet you, and have fun tonight. Thank you. I'm from London.
You sound like you're from London. I love the British accent.
Thank you.
So clean, so nice.
Have you been to London?
Many times. In fact, last time I was there at the Olympics. Just last summer.
Yeah, which one did you watch?
Every one of them. I had a VIP pass, because I was a really big supporter of Bahamian Olympics. So they gave me a VIP pass so I could go everywhere with that pass.
Did you see the opening ceremony?
Yes. London did such a nice job. It was really good.
It was amazing. I was very proud of London because they had a good one in China, but London's, I think...
it was hard to go in and try to beat China, but I think London was right up there. And of course now we got Russia to try to get... I think London set up a whole new standard,
Yeah? So what movies do you think best deserves the Oscar tonight?
I have not been able to pick who could win that. I haven't even been dared to predict. It is so close, and there's so many good movies, and so many good actresses and actors in there that I don't want to predict. Yeah.
Fair enough. What have you got coming up that we can see you in?
No, my big program right now is my fashion business, my Slims. It's not here, but I have a Slims that shapes your booty. I can't keep it in stock. Yeah. You're going to get some as a present too, and you have to let me know how you feel in them, because every person puts them on and says this is the best piece of pants I've ever worn, and it really holds you in shape, and shapes it. Most of the things like Spanx flattens you out. This shapes and lifts your behind. It's all about the behind.
And tell us again what it's called.
It's Nygaard Slims. Nygaard Slims.
We'll look
Watch.
after them.
You take a picture of her when she puts them on, and you'll see what I mean.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
A snake, I think. Linda Stokes.
Linda Stokes. Amazing. So, who are you rooting for tonight?
Actually, I'm rooting for Matthew McConaughey, hands down, and of course Lupita, 12 Years a Slave. But I love Dallas Buyers Club. I think he did an excellent job. Anybody who goes through that extreme and loses all that weight, and for the character, he's done that before, man. I gotta hand it to him. He definitely gets in his roles. He deserves that. He deserves it.
He did Wolf of Wall Street, he was normal, and then in Dallas Buyers Club, he's tiny.
Oh my God, is he ever? So he deserves it.
So what projects are you working on?
Oh, my book, Backstage at the Price is Right, Memoirs of a Barker Beauty. My book. Yeah, about the 10 years I was on the show as the first African-American model. It can be gotten exclusively on my website, www.kathleenbradley.tv.
Amazing. Well, thank you and congratulations. Hello. Oh my gosh.
It's a fun evening, isn't it?
It's such a fun evening. There's a huge buzz in here and it's got warmer and warmer. But tell us a little bit about who you're rooting for tonight.
I'm rooting for 12 Years a Slave to win His Picture, Kate Blanchett, her actress, and it's like horse racing. A lot of it's just guessing, but I wish them all well, and that boring trite phrase, just to be nominated is the honor. Well, it is an honor, so I wish them all well. Thank you.
And what are your next projects coming up?
My next project coming up, I have my own one-woman show called Keep Laughing, and I do that around the country. I'm also president of Actors and Others for Animals, and we have a gala once a year and to raise money and to help people. You have animals?
I do. I have loads.
Yeah. I have a little rescue too, and we raise money to help people spay and neuter their pets, which is really, I think, the most important thing we could do. Now let's go get some food.
Yes, enjoy. It's really cool. Did you stick all those letters on yourself? Can we get this, John? Tell us a bit about your inspiration for the letters.
Well, I'm a lawyer, Gloria Allred, and I have been fighting for equal rights for lesbian and gay, transgender individuals for 38 years. We're winning many battles, but we have a long way to go. And so I'm very proud of the courage of individuals who are lesbian and gay who are saying we're not going to suffer in silence, we're going to stand up, we're going to fight for our rights, we're going to win our rights. And that's why I have that message tonight, because we still have a long way to go, and equal rights for that community is long overdue.
I think Dallas Buyers Club really represents the rights community very well.
Thank you very much.
Are you rooting for, which movie are you rooting for tonight?
Well, I love so many of them. I love Meryl Streep in August Osage County. Wolf of Wall Street was incredible, so funny.
Yeah.
And there are just so many great movies this year. I love Prisoners, but that didn't seem to get too much attention. Thought it was very well done.
I'm not familiar with that one. Was that one of the ones that was like in the pile?
It was kind of a heavy film, but it was outstanding, and had to do with children and who allegedly were sexually abused, and a father seeking to win justice for them. But, I just love the movies, so I'll be happy with whatever happens tonight. American Hustle was great. 12 Years a Slave. We had some wonderful choices in movies this year.
Tell us a little bit, what do you love about movies and storytelling, and what do you think, how do you think movies are important for?
I just think when I was a child, I just enjoyed going to the movies so much, and I still do, and it was a great escape. And it also helped me to kind of visualize what might be for myself. And and it just fun. And now I'm here. In a million years, I would never have thought that growing up in a little row house with parents with only an 8th grade education and no money, and I would never have thought I would be here. But I've been very blessed and very fortunate, so I'm having a wonderful time tonight.
Great. Well,
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Que la vaya bien. All right. And this is my guest Barbie Ben.
Hello, nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Kimberly Dana. I'm from England. How about yourself?
Kidding with that accent.
Yeah. Yes, this is not. Some people say it's a Texas accent, but tell us who you're rooting for tonight.
Pardon?
Who's your favorite best actor?
Well, I kind of hate to pick favorites, but Kate Blanchett and
Great, Kate Blanchett
and Kate Winslet. But there are so many good performances.
Yes, that's for sure.
It was a great year for movies. I think it's one of the best.
I agree. I think that there's a lot of things are covered this year. Like there's a lot of set, like Gravity's a great movie and shows certain things, and then 12 Years a Slave. I think they've all got some great content. But what are you working on at the moment?
I'm a singer, and I took up opera about 20 years ago. So I practice opera. I sing country, rock, pop. I play piano and write songs all the time, of new age music primarily, but also pop songs. And I have a line of evening bags that I designed. I didn't design the dress, but I made the shawl for it. Someone named Giovanni. Yes, it is. It's gooey.
Do you sing at the Grand Ole Opry down south?
I did sing at the Grand Ole Opry. Back in the day, that was a lot of fun. I haven't sung there since it flooded.
How are you doing today?
Spectacular, but I'll get better.
Good. And where did you come from?
Oh, well, most people who are watching this don't know, but the line of reporters that we're being interviewed by goes for about 6.5 miles down this. It's like tickets to see, to get U2 tickets or something like that. It's weird. Yeah.
Wow, U2 tickets, popular. So who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for all the movies that were ignored.
Oh, like all the ones that were not.
Butler? Right, yeah.
The Butler.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but it was I think the main Oscar snub of the year. The reality is there's no way you can say one movie is better than another. You just can't, because unless the content is identical, then you can make a judgment. Like, I made a bunch of race car racing movies, and this is the best one of those 5. Maybe. But there's no way you can compare the content of 12 Years a Slave to Gravity to American Hustle to Philomena. It's just not possible. So to me, it's more about celebrating work, than anything else. The word best needs to be scrubbed.
Exactly. And what's your favorite movie? I mean, of all time, which is a very big.
Oh, I have 2 co-runners, as any Libra would have. Blade Runner. Because the levels of symbology in that movie and the symbolism involved in it are amazing. And Miller's Crossing, Coen Brothers film, the one where they actually worked on a really deep, intricate plot. I love all their other stuff, but Miller's Crossing is spectacular. And every single frame of that movie you could hang on your wall as a piece of art.
Those are the best. The old school movies.
Yeah.
And how's it working on that front?
It's great. I mean, we're doing fantastic. We keep beating records, but there are records, so I don't know whether to feel happy or sad. They just added 4 episodes. We're doing a big, season-ending big deal. I mean, they're putting a lot into us. It's interesting to see Disney XD, which is kind of almost a semi-forgotten channel, really get its legs because we showed up. It's great.
That's awesome. And so, have you been to one of these events before?
Oh yes. They always bring clowns along to kind of brighten the line.
Are you a stand-up? Are you a comedian as well?
Been a stand-up since I was 16 years old. Yeah.
Oh, do you stand up at the Comedy Store?
On occasion, I'm more of the Melrose Improv kind of a guy.
Yeah.
Or Flappers in Burbank when I'm
Oh,
here.
my goodness.
When I'm shooting, I can only do the area, But when I'm I just did Parlor Live in Bellevue, Washington, right outside of Seattle. I flew in this morning. I was there all this weekend.
Have you done UCB or Grounding?
Oh yeah, I do Set List at UCB, which is fantastic. In case anybody hasn't watched it, It's actually on in the UK. You can watch the set list show, but live it's fantastic. It's improv stand-up. They give us phrases, and you have to make up a bit as if it was some piece you've been working on for a long time. It's all improv stand-up. It's fantastic.
Wow, I bet some awesome material comes out of that.
Yeah, we do it all the time at UCB.
That's awesome. And do you have any tips for like aspiring actors?
Yeah, look at people like Anthony Hopkins and try to remember when you saw them with brown hair. You didn't. It's a long game. There is no, I'll do it for 3 months and see if it works out. It's not that kind of an art.
Well, you see people of all levels in Hollywood, and it's amazing to see where people are on the spectrum. But congratulations.
You know what the actual median is? Mario Lopez. You can check how famous you are by how close you are or how far away you are from Mario Lopez.
Or IMDb ratings.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, very nice to meet you, and best of luck.
Yeah.
Later, very nice to meet you. Congratulations to Babylon 5, one of my favourite shows. I believe that your character kept the show on the air for that amount of time, so congratulations, it was amazing. What are your current projects that you're working on? Everyone wants to know.
Well, I'm about to go back to work on a series that I'm doing with Andy McDowell. It's our second season, and it's called Cedar Cove, and it's on the Hallmark Channel, and it'll be on in second season premieres in July.
In July, and have you already started filming?
No, we just start in about 3 weeks' time, so Vancouver.
That's awesome, and I see you're holding a yellow Oscars.
I have my own Oscar.
Is that?
Around the corner, the two little girls that are there. They gave me one last year, now I have another one.
And were they yellow last year as well?
They had a gold one. Yeah.
Oh, I like
It was like a keychain, but I like this one. It's kind of, yes, it does rock, doesn't it? It's a little distinctive, but I figure if I keep doing these parties, when they're full grown, I'll have a collection of Oscars.
So being a legendary actor, could you please tell us what tips you'd give to like young aspiring actors?
Well, I think most of the legendary actors are over down the street tonight on Hollywood Boulevard there. And I would say to young actors, you have to be willing to work harder than you ever thought possible. It has to be your ever waking and sleeping dream. You have to be totally dedicated because you're going to have a lot of people along the way saying, don't do it, forget it, you haven't got it. And you cannot listen to that. And that's tough for a person to do. So it's a business as well. It's an art form, I guess you would say. And as a business, it's very, very difficult. And not to let whatever success you may have, if you have success, and you're lucky to have it, luck plays a great deal too. But if you're lucky to have it, just know it can go away as fast. That's not when you sit back and go, okay, I've made it, now I can relax. You never can relax.
Well, you were
continually refine what you're doing, define what you're doing as an actor. Look at, say, Matthew McConaughey tonight. Of all those great stars that are up there tonight, I think he has a particular journey that's interesting because he's made this huge quantum leap to another range of roles that I think he's been working toward, but I think the industry now is going, wow, you have some chops.
And he lost all that weight for the role.
See, I always did. I always believed in everything. I've always been a fan of his, but I just think it's an interesting journey, and I also like the journey Sandra Bullock pulled off in Gravity, because I'm a little partial to space, and that movie in general had me on the edge of my seat the whole way. I'm glad it was as short as it was. It wasn't a long film, because I think they would have had to have ambulances outside for people having a cardiac arrest. The tension, that sustained tension is so much. But I can appreciate it when work I did in the earlier CGI days. And also that her character, it's such a spiritual journey she has to take.
And have you ever thought of going into space yourself? Virgin Galactica's launching this new space.
I only flew in plywood ships. They never really left the ground. But the computer took us there. So I can appreciate, the work that she had to do in that. Very technical, and yet made it very personal.
And what do you think of Matthew McConaughey in Wolf of Wall Street?
As his what?
In Wolf of Wall Street when he played.
Oh yeah, I go. My God. Other than I was worried about his thinness. I think I love that kind of discipline and that dedication. Might be a little dangerous though. That's my. And so I'm looking forward to seeing him something where he's very robust and healthy looking. Because, man, he's got the energy level for it. That in Wolf of Wall Street. How these guys tool that stuff out, like bing, 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 like all that sort of jive talk he was doing. Oh, my God. Amazing stuff. So,
Really nice to meet you and congratulations.
take care.
So tell us who you're rooting for tonight. Have you got any favorites?
Pardon?
Have you got any favorites?
I have a lot of friends up, and I'm rooting for Bruce Dern, but he's amazing in Nebraska, and there are other great performances this year. They're all great. I'm a fan of this year's work, so.
Bruce Dern was incredible. I literally cried all the way through that movie.
Yeah.
But, so tell us also, I'm asking this question to people, if they had one superpower, what would it be?
I don't, I'd clean up the whole thing. I'd make the truth available to everybody.
Very cool. Very cool.
Okay, kid.
I think that Gravity is going to win the Best Picture.
Gravity was amazing. The technology.
It's an amazing film, and it's innovative and spectacular special effects.
It was really amazing, and Sandra Bullock.
It really held my interest. Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the movie?
Pardon?
What was your favorite part of the movie?
Your favorite part of the movie?
Well, it held my interest because the whole movie and the movement and the defying gravity, and I don't know how the hell they did that.
It's incredible. It really was incredible. What projects are you working on at the moment? Are you working on anything currently?
I wrote a play called Medal for Murray, and right now it's playing in Israel.
Oh, wow. I'm Jewish, so, and my sister and brother live in Israel. So.
Yes.
tell
Well,
me, go see a Medal for Murray.
at the Bet Lesson Theater, we went. It's a hit. It's been running 7 months. They translated it into Hebrew, and we went July, and we saw. We don't speak a word of Hebrew, but they hit all the points and all the laugh lines.
And it's still running, and in Israel they tour the whole country. So when it's a hit, they go to Haifa and Jerusalem, and they told us that this could run for 2 years in Israel. The audience loves it.
So have your relatives, you contact them, and in Tel Aviv, at the Best Lesson Theater.
I will. I'm sure my sister knows it. She lives in Tel Aviv, so very honored to meet you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you
Thank you.
also.
We hope you've enjoyed our red carpet coverage tonight and hope you'll join us next time.
Beat Live, brought to you by the Frida Cinema, Rip Horror Film Fest, It's LA Film Fest, Blackjack Rally, My Media Muse, and special thanks to Prime TV.